wanted to get you, I hold it off. Thought he was solid, but told it off. Running the field with the underdogs. Don't wanna get involved. I can admit it, I know what it's time and I'm tripping, I gotta regroup. Niggas will fumble a bag. I get to the cash fast, gotta salute. I've been a hustler, look how I'm coming up. You running your mouth, better run it up. I'm running this shit like a big dog. Living my movie, they pissed off. Pushing the law cause we in charge. They gon' play this in the synagogues. How do I feel? I'm feeling great. Bigger the problem, the bigger the plate. Making my move, that shit gotta wait. Ahead of my time, keep it in line. Put on their face, I just learned to keep it all to myself. Wait, a couple of niggas that hang with me that'll bang for me. If I'm doing bad, never change on me.
We the salt of the earth. We the motherfucking underdogs. We underestimated. You understand what I'm saying?
I got tunnel vision. There's a bunch of ways I'm gonna get it. It's my way or the highway if you ain't fucking with it. Do what I say or go about your fucking business and take this money with you. I ain't dealing with no fucking children if they not my own. Going by myself, I'ma die alone. These bitches catch my wave and more just hopping on. They hear what I make, it starts to turn them on. I think it's sorceress, the way they ride the bone. The black magic stick, they stopping by my home when I'm not even home. I'd rather be alone, so I can conquer shit, and I can see it wrong. I just keep popping shit, cause I won't be here long. I'm hopping on the road, and get my diesel on. She wanna drop it low, and get her eagle on. My new bitch bad as fuck, she look like me alone. I came up from the dirt, was born right under y'all. And just like God of wine, said I just want it all. These niggas seasonal, I watch them leave and fall. The last gon' finish first, cause we some underdogs.
They say the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Nigga, we gon' rule this kingdom, nigga. This one West. Talk to 'em.
Ride to the sunset, slide to the moonfall. Boss all said ghetto, then I got him, that's my doggy dog. Don't bark, gotta mean bite, we them underdogs. Off the wire, 5 yards, I'm pressing all of y'all. 9 niggas up like I'm director from a casting call. I don't give a fuck, you want beef? Next to all of y'all. UPK priests, lace up boost, then it's time to ball. The clip name Wendy, all these shells, I'ma let them fall. Niggas think they better than like who they think they better than. One West soldier, best believe we got that metal in. Last name Cannon, cause I still got them drummers in. Cap, I set that trap to hell, yeah, I'ma let them know. Underdogs, you niggas tripping, we'll be popping on you sniffing. Real crafty with that smithing, locked in on the mission, rocking all out. Who the type to hop out, you be bitching, got the crew time. Now the Glock, glitch it, nigga.
Every dog has his day.
Right at it. What you talking about?
One West World.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem wasn't what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God law, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the spot, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they here on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You get focused on them dimes, I'd rather keep my 9 with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now. I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the deal. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home truth, I ain't never had to choose. I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all try to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. home of the truth. Y'all ain't never had to choose. Tryna get things up, then y'all tryna make the news. Y'all ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like food. Home of the truth. Y'all ain't never had to choose. Tryna get things up.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and a brother or sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him, say, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why are you? Don't mean I can't find you. He means like, who is this speaking like that? Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Ham wa Aidya Yahweh. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like, if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't. She can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
Right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, like, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens, and that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
With me, had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Alright, shalom, Miss Bro, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatham Bashim Yahshai to the sisters. Hey, shalom to Iran. We got Iran in the building. How you doing, Doc? How's it going?
I'm fine, sir.
Hey, Messiah in Christ. Messiah in Christ. All right. Got another week. You know what I'm saying? Another week of Lashawan Qadash. All right, this week we're going into again. So last week we covered some of the verses going over the Feast of Tabernacles, which for those of you who don't know, the Feast of Tabernacles just ended yesterday. All right, so yesterday we had a feast day. It was a holy convocation at the school. We gathered together, you know what I'm saying? We ate, we drank, we, partied. We had a holy convocation to the Most High, and that was the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. All right, so we're going to get into the verses that cover that feast, and we're going to go over the backdrop of what that feast is about. All right, or what that feast signifies. Okay, so shalom also to everybody that's on the live. I see on the comments, just art and paint. Shalom, sis. We've got sister Naya, Mosiah in Christ, sister court and priest officer Yashabayim, Mosiah in Christ. Shalom, sis. We've got somebody named Chris Ski, Shalom. We got Ra'aya, Shalom sis. All right, Yahweh Shema Taba Shemiel Shai. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen real fast. Give me 1 second. Right here, this one. Okay. Now, for those of you who are new to class, I like to always start it by having brothers and sisters state their registry. Shalom also to Kayala, Shalom sis, Yahweh Shema Taba Shemiel Shai. All right. So I like to have brothers and sisters state their registry, right? So if you'd like to put your registry in the comments, of course, the format or the way you do it, you'll put your name, you'll put either ban or bath, which Ira, could you break down what ban or bath means?
Kind of want to answer. Bat, that means daughter, and ban, that is son.
Khan. So if you are a brother, you would put you're the son of this tribe, right? You put ban. If you're a sister, you'd put you're the daughter of this tribe, right? You put bath. Okay, so for myself, I put my name, so like Ra'al Ban, then my tribe, which is Ban Yamyan, Benjamin in the Hebrew. Then I'd say Ban again, Yasha'ala, which is your nation, Israel. All right, all the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK are of the nation of Israel because we don't allow other nations in our school. Okay, we the Most High tells us to be holy and set apart from other nations, right? So, Ira, if you could state your registry for me, and then also anybody in the comments as you come in, I would like you to state your registry in the comments, all right, in the chat.
Answer. I am Ira Ban Yamyam Ban Yasharala.
Most High in Christ. So Ira Ban Yamyan Ban Yasharala. All right, excellent. Okay. Let me see. Right, and then brothers and sisters, I want you all to say your registry in the comments. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the Hebrew alphabet, right? So I realize you're the only one in class at the moment. I would like you to run through the full Hebrew alphabet.
Another one answer. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta.
Most High in Christ. Excellent, right? So Abba Gada Hawazaha Ta Ya Kalamana Sa I Pataza Kwa Ra Sha and Tha. All right, that's the full Hebrew alphabet. Excellent. All right, Most High in Christ. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up from where we left off last week. So Ira, do you remember what verse we finished on last week?
According to my notes, we was at verse 36.
Verse
right?
36. Okay, so that's the last one we wrote down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay. All right, no sweat. So we're going to start at verse, and what we're doing is we're just going through the verses that cover the Feast of Tabernacles in Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. So I'm going to amend this slightly. So this is I don't need to put part 1 anymore. This is going to be the full verses, is essentially from verse 33 to 43. Okay. Right. So we're going to start at verse 37. So what I would like you to do, Ira, is from the Hebrew letters, I would like you to read through verse 37.
Another one answer. Allah Mawa Aida Ya.
Okay, so Mawa with the I and the Da, these are connected. So that would just be I. Khan. So Mawa
Aid Ya. Mawa Aid Ya.
Khan. Or it could also be like the seasons. It's essentially saying, okay, in the Passover has its own particular time, right? That's just like how in Britain today, you'd have what they call them, like the holidays. It's like saying holidays, right? Rather than feast as in, food and eating. These are our high holidays. It's another way of saying it. Also, shalom to, actually, it's like Ra'aya, stated her registry. So Ra'aya, Bath, Judah, okay. So with your registry, right? If you stay in your registry in Hebrew, you'd want to put Yahawadah for Judah. So I'm going to put it in the comments just so you know how to write it. So, in fact, I can put it just because it's multiple channels. I'm just going to put it on the screen right here. So I'm going to just copy this. All right, so Judah is, let me do all caps, is Yahawadah. Okay. So you would do Ra'aya, Bath, Yahawadah. And then you'd also do Bath, Yasha'ala, right? So it'd be daughter of Israel. Okay. Let me put that below here as well. So it'd be Bath, Yasha'ala. Bath, Yasha'ala, which is daughter of Israel. Let me put the translation real quick. Okay. Let me just put that to the side here. Just for the sister. Okay. Salakia. So you just read Mawa'idya. Okay, go ahead.
Yahweh, Ashar, Taqwa, Ra, Awa, Taqwa, Ra, Awa.
Khan, yes. So Ashar, and then the root word here is Kwara'a. So it's like Tha Kwara'awa.
Taqwa, Ra, Awa. Atam, Makwara, Aya.
So again, the root word here is Kwara'a. So it's like Ma Kwara'aya.
Makwara Aya.
Which is my. Well, the next word is it's like you read the next word.
Qadash.
Qadash, right? So Qadash means holy. Makwara'a is convocations, right? So Makwara'a is convocation. Makwara'a Ya is my convocation, right? So this is the Lord saying these are my convocations. And then Makwara'a Ya Qadash, these are my holy convocations, right? In Hebrew, the adjectives comes, like the adjective comes after the noun. So you'd say like convocation, holy. You'd say, maybe whatever you're describing, house, big, right? You say it in that order. Okay. Read on.
Lahaqwa, Raya, Yaba.
So Rayab.
Yap. So it's Yap. Then Asha, Layaha, Layahawa.
To the Lord. So you shall
Layahawa, Salakia. Yeah.
No sweat.
Ayla. Wamanacha.
So Wamanacha. So Manakha, meat offering. And then Wa is and. So a burnt offering, and like an offering made by fire, a burnt offering, and a meat offering.
Wamanacha.
Select.
Zaba. Wanashak Yam. Wanashak Yam.
So give me 1 second. I did mistranslate this one. So Zabak is sacrifice. Okay. And then you just read that word. So Khan Wa Nasakyam.
Wana Sakyam.
Mhm.
Verse 38. Malabat. Shaba Tat.
What? So, another Sakya. Oh, so like there's two last words in verse 37.
Khan, Salakia. Yeah. Dabar Yawam. Dabar Yawam. Bayawamya.
Mm-hmm. So that means like
Now we go.
everything upon his day. So you celebrate Passover at Passover. You celebrate, Feast of Tabernacles at the Feast of Tabernacles. It has to be in those specific times. You can't just say, okay, oh, I couldn't celebrate Passover. I'll celebrate it a week after. These things are supposed to be celebrated on the days they are allocated, right? That's why it's so important we get the time right. Again, the timings go according to the moon, right? That's why, we have brothers in the ISUPK that track the lunar cycle, that track our months to identify when our feast days are, because they have to be celebrated or kept on specific days. These days that the Most High gave us to celebrate them, right? Okay, so that's 37. All right, excellent. Let me see. Now I'm gonna have you read. Sorry, I pretty much went through. So let me just quickly go through the verse. So Allah means like these. Mawa'ija are the feast or the high holy days, and then Yahweh is the Lord. So these are the high holy days of the Lord, right? Ashar is a word which means which, right? And then Thakwara Awa is Tha is a preposition meaning you. Kwara means to call out, to proclaim, to shout. So you shall, proclaim these days. Atham is unto them. Okay. Makwara Ya Qadash, my holy convocations. La Ha Quarayab is to offer. So La means to. Haquarayab is, the offering or to offer. Asha comes from ash, which means fire. Asha is a burnt offering, right? La Yahweh is unto the Lord. Ilah means to offer. And then Wa Manaka, a meat offering. Zabak is sacrifice. Wa Nasakyam. So Nasak would be a drink offering. Nasakyam makes it plural. So drink offerings. And then we went through the last part, the Bar Yawam Ya. So everything. So it's like tell each thing, or give what's the way to say this? So the bar means speak, Yawam means day. So it's basically saying speak each day or say each day on its day, right? In the sense that you gotta let people know when the Passover is. So the Passover is a day. You have to know, okay, which day is this day? Which day is the Passover? For this year, the year coming, it will be April 12th, right? So we have proclaimed and we have said the Passover, which is a day, will be on the April 12th, right? The 12th of April, which is its day. Okay. And then let's see, let's go through. Let's go through verse 38. Could you read through verse 38 for me?
Another one gone. Malabat. Shabatat. Yahawa. Wamalabat. Matanyat Yakam. Matanyat Yakam.
So let me see. So Mathan Wath Yakam.
Matan Wat Yakam. Wamalabat. Kal. Nabar. Kal Nabar. Nabar. Yabar Yakal.
So it's Kal,
Kal.
Nadar.
Nadar.
So
Kal
Nadar,
Nadar Yakam.
Yakam, Khan. Right? So Nadar would be a vowel. Nadar Yakam is vowels, right? Like multiple vowels. And these are the vowels of multiple people, right? Again, with gifts, these are the gifts of multiple people. So all these people, you'll bring your gifts and you know, all your vowels and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
God. 38 we are, right? Yes. Wamalabat. Kalnadab. Wat Yakam. It's the same word again. Kalnabat. Wat Yakal. Wat
So this word is slightly
Yakam.
different. So instead of being Nadar Yakam, it's slightly different.
Oh, can. There is a ta in between there.
And there's a
Kalnabat Yat Yakam.
So this one's so Kal and then Nadab. So it'd be like
Nadab.
Nadabwath, which would be the word. So Nadabwath would be your free will offering. And then Yakam is basically saying your free will offerings, right?
All right.
Everybody's free will offerings.
So it should be Kalnabat Yat Yakam.
Nadabwath.
The next one is Ashar. Tatanya.
Close. The last letter.
Tatanwa.
Tatanwa.
Salakia.
No, sir.
Tatanwa. Layahawa.
Which you will give to the Lord.
Go to the next verse.
Oh, so I need to scroll down. Let me quickly go through the breakdown, right? So we have the word malabad, which means beside, right? So it's broken up of two prepositions, ma and la. So it'd be like from, and then la would be to, and then bad is side, right? So it's from, or it's like saying from next to, right? Kind of in that way, right? Let me very quickly go to let me go to the word. It's like, yeah, give me 1 second to get exactly what bad would break down as. Okay, so bad is like, it means separation or apart, right? So from, it's like from, beside it, or from being apart, right? So if you have something that's here and you have something that is from being apart, right, which is beside, so next to, or in some contexts it's like in addition to or separate from, right? Kind of in that way, right? So separate from the Sabbaths, which is Shabbathath of the Lord. So like, so that shouldn't be of here. So
for me. When do you actually know that there is a proposition? Because I noticed with the proposition you gotta do like malabat. right? Or ya, you gotta pronounce it, in a slightly different tone. But sometimes there is two letters that are on their own, so you don't really know when you have to focus it as an. I don't know if I make myself clear.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's hard to distinguish what is the prepositions in the word, especially you have root words which are typically 2 or 3 letters. And then you'll have some words which are now longer because they come from root words, but you still have the preposition. You would need to know, in order to know what the preposition is, you would need to know what the root word is. So that's just kind of as you get more familiar with the words, you'll start to distinguish, okay, well, I know this is a root word. Like if I said wadabar, what would that be?
Why is a proposition? He something.
So the bar, do you know what the bar means?
Is the bar speak?
Yes, the bar is speak, right? So once you know the root word the bar, you'll be able to identify that, okay, the wa here is a preposition. So wa the bar speak.
Like in La Yahawa.
Right. Once you're very familiar with Yahweh, you'll know that la is a preposition because it's saying
Then
to
you
Yahweh.
automatically know that
Right.
can. I answer. So it's just practice.
Yeah, God. It's just one of those things, I mean, of course, when I'm kind of going through it, I'm also have the references up, like the Blue Letter Bible as well, that we're having to identify, okay, what's the root word here? And then what's being added? What's been added to make it say exactly what it's saying? Maybe an adjective needs to match the subject, meaning if it's plural, the adjective needs to be plural. So the root word wouldn't be plural, but you add something to make it match. So you just need to know what the root words are and then what else is being added, right? And then,
so that means also that you've been at it a long time, sir. To be able to, I say you've been at it a long time.
Oh yeah.
To already know them, because by now I can read it, but I don't recognize everything that I'm reading.
God. Well, like it's certain words that you'll definitely pick up over time. Like for example, what does Shabbat mean?
Shabbat is Sabbath.
Shabbat is Sabbath, right? So Sabbath or rest. Also Shabbat 1, which is rest, or Sabbath means the same thing. Okay. What does a word that's not in here? What does the word? The word malak means?
Okay, no sweat. I probably have it somewhere in my notes though.
God. Yeah,
but,
like for example, black is king. So as you see, just words repeating, it all just comes with practice, right? So let me just go through and break down 38. So we have malabad, which is basically saying, separate from this Shabbathath, which is the plural of Sabbath, right? So Shabbathath, Yahweh, the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides, so and separate from, and then Mathanwath. So Mathanwath even comes from what's the word? Like even gift, right? Mathanwath, it comes from the verb nathan, which means to give. Now you have mathan, which is like basically saying from give. So from something you give, it's a gift, right?
So in that sentence, the ma is a proposition.
Yeah, it's like a proposition that has become part of now a word. Like for example, with mayam. Mayam is just a word. Like over time, it kind of just become used as a word, right? Mayam is a word, but it breaks down as the preposition from, and then yam means, so yam is a root word. Mayam is not. Mayam comes from the root word yam, which means sea, right? So it's like from the sea became the word for water. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. So it's the way of speaking is different. It's totally different
What do you mean?
because they using like slangs. They say like from water, and we in my brain I just know sea. If you say sea, it's mean like the ocean, a lot of waters.
Yeah.
But they say it like it's kind of some like ouderwets of like primitive thinking or something.
It's kind of, I mean, ancient is the most, I mean, it's like Hebrew is the most ancient language, right? All other languages kind of span from Hebrew in some form, right? And it's kind of just the evolution of words. Like it would be very simple in the beginning, and then over time, it's even today, what's an example I could give? Like you'll have a lot of words where it comes from these two Latin words put together, or this French word and something to make that word. Right. Like what's an example? Like even the word rendezvous, which means to like meet up, that's a French word, right? And but we kind of use it in English. It's even, it's kind of just the evolution of language as things get used and said, or like how we would say, what would we say? Like a slang. Like what came first? Get into the dough or get into the bread? I think get into the dough came first, then get into the bread. It's like the evolution of it, right? Because the dough comes from bread. It's just, it's just how Black people are. Okay, so we have besides the Sabbath of the Lord and besides your gifts, and besides, so kal is all or every. Nadar would be a vow. Nadar yakam is your vows. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, so like here, just have to deal with something real quick. Oh, and Khan to this sister, right? So Khan said, so like yeah, I speak. Okay, so Wadabar would be and speak, right? Wa would be and Dabar is speak. I'm sure I've already went over it. Shalom also to Officer to Zapowan Yahabashim Yahushua Barakatha. All right, let's get where we was at. So, so all your vows and besides, so Kal Nadabwath. So Nadabwath Yakam. Okay, so Nadab would be a free will offering. Nadabwath then makes it plural because I guess Nadab would be feminine, and then Yakam would be all your free will offerings, everybody's free will offerings. Okay, we all know that Kam is the way of saying either addressing multiple people in the masculine sense. For example, if you have a group of men, or you probably have a group of men and women, you just address it in the masculine sense. Or it's either saying like something belongs to you, like for example, Bayath, which is house. Bayath Kam is now a house that belongs to multiple brothers, right? It's like saying this is your house, right? Or you could say, it's either, in this case it would be, this is your free will offerings, right? I'd kind of say it in that way. Okay, we have a Shah, then we have the Thanwa. So the Than here means you. Than, the other Than comes from Nathan, which is give. So we just
if I may one more time, sir, if I don't, before you continue. If we so in that verse they clearly talking about men also, because if it was woman, it would be kan.
Yes. So where it's either addressing only a group of men or addressing all of Israel. including, men, women, children, it addresses it in the masculine sense. It's only if you're only addressing women, you would do it in
Then
the
it
feminine.
would be Khan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what for that, sir?
No sweat, I am the bar. All right, so what was I? We just did Fafanwa, which is you will give or you give, and La Yahweh is unto the Lord. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some time. What I would like you to do. I'm trying to think for time's sake. If you want to write this, you can do. Or if you just like to write the Hebrew and then the English translation, because you should be able to read, this Hebrew, like as you went through when you were reading it, as if it's written in the English letters. This is like how you would read it. But of course, you know how to read the Hebrew, because once you know the letters and using the connectors as well, you'll know how to read it.
And I need only the Assyrian. I need to recognize the
That Assyrian
symbols more.
Assyrian is rough.
Yeah.
That Assyrian is definitely rough. I don't like it myself.
But the Paleo, I kind of got it under control already.
God. Yeah, most high Christ. So I'm gonna give you some time. So it's what 37 and 38. I'd like you to write down the Paleo Hebrew and then the translations. Okay.
All right, then, sure.
And then let me know when you're ready to move to the next part. So look here. Okay, so let me see. Also, if anybody wants to join these classes live, like you see, of course, Triple I Ra, you know what I'm saying, I oftentimes have, a good amount of students on. If you want to join these classes live, like you see these students here, all you have to do is contact myself or contact the ISUPK UK. So I'm gonna put my contact in the comments. So it has my contact me through Facebook, through my email. Just let me know your name, your zone, and the name of your camp leader. Okay, and we can add you to the list to send out the link each week. Okay. Also, for anybody working on obtaining their Hebrew name, you'll want to fill in this attendance sheet. I'm also about to put the link to. Okay, so let me put this in the chat. So anybody who's doing their 90 days, working on obtaining their Hebrew name, make sure you fill in this attendance sign-in sheet, and then that will mark your attendance for these classes. Okay. All right, and then of course as well, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask any questions. I'm saying I'll answer all and every questions before we move on. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me also get ready. Let me get ready the second part of the class. I'm gonna figure out what verses we're going through in tomorrow's Sabbath service. For anybody that wants to continue to get down the notes for the 39th verse, I'm gonna go through it shortly. So we got 39 to 43, 1, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So we've got 5 more verses to go through, and then we'll do the second. We'll take a brief intermission, and we'll get through the second part of the class, which is going through the Sabbath service verses. Okay, so is what we like to do is read through the verses that are going to be read in tomorrow's Sabbath service, and then kind of pick up on any good key vocabulary to get down. So again, like Ira pointed out, these are things you will have to practice in order to be able to identify root words. So that's what we do for the second half of each class, right? We go through some verses, we note down keywords, we note down root words, so we can start to build up our vocabulary. Okay. So then once you start seeing these words again and again, you'll be able to recognize them and kind of know what they mean. Right? That's how everybody, builds knowledge of a language. It comes with practice, and it comes with repetition of seeing words, saying words, and noting them down, right? So let me see the verses. Sabbath service. One second. Okay. Some service versus. And then Ira, just let me know when you're ready to move to the next part.
Sir.
Okay. Find it now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so last week we went through Genesis 30 and verse 4. So this week is okay, we're going to do from Genesis 31, verse 9. Also, just to let y'all know, next week's Lashawan Qadash class for the UK, it won't be a live class just because I will be in Austin, right? So I'll do a previous class that I've done before. Of course, you know, still tune in live. It will show us alive. You can still tune in, you know, make notes, go through the class as you would usually, you know what I'm saying? But it won't be live. So for the students to attend the class live in the classroom, it won't be live next week. Okay, I'm gonna also make sure everybody who usually gets the link gets that message through.
I cancel.
Sound great. So we'll be jump back in. We sign for 39. Okay. Have you finished verse 37?
I'm at the last word of 37.
Okay. No sweat.
Of 37? Yes. I didn't even begin with 38 yet.
All right, no sweat. What we'll do just for
If
time
it's
sake.
time consuming, I can do it. Yeah, like last week, I had to finish it afterwards because you know, it was going too fast.
Can yeah. What I'll do is I'll send you the I can send you this thing after the class, so we'll kind of just go through it. So we'll get 37 down, and then we'll kind of read through the rest. All right, then I'll send you this to write down for you notes.
Right, I'm done with 37, sir.
All right, Messiah Christ. Okay, so we're gonna go through 39, right? So I'm gonna have you read through verse 39.
So let me zoom out. All right then. There would be Ak,
Mm-hmm.
Bahamasha,
Mm-hmm.
Aishara.
Mm-hmm.
Aishara is
So this is what you recognize. Go ahead.
yes. In the tides,
It's a number.
10.
So yeah, 10. Yeah, Aishara is 10. Ma Aishara is tithes. So it's like a tenth.
So it's like my.
It's like
No.
Mayama, right? From water, Ma Aishara, which is the word for tithes, from 10.
From
Or
10.
of 10. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yawam.
Mm-hmm.
La Hadash. La Quadash. No. La Hadash.
Mm-hmm.
Hashab Yaai. Hashab Yaai. Ba'a. Selagi?
It'd be Hashab Ya or Ya.
Hashab Yaya.
Mm-hmm.
Ba'a Shap. If I'm not mistaken. There's a P. Yeah, I can't. Ba'a Shap Kam. At Tabayaat. Atabayaat. Ha'a Rataza. Ha'a Rataza. Tahar. No. Tahach.
So Fakar.
Aha. Dan there's no R. That's a G. Ahar wa. Ahah wa.
Yes.
Adha Yahawa. Shaba'ai.
Mm-hmm.
Adhach Yahawa. Shaba'ai. Yam. Bayawam.
Mm-hmm.
Hara Ashwan.
Do you remember what Rash means?
I looked down there already.
No sweat. I should hide these while you go.
Can. You should be able to like make them disappear and appear back.
Right. Let me see. I can do that in the following verses. Go ahead, Slacky. Continue.
Continue. All right. Shabbat Yan.
So it'd be Shabbat 1.
Shabbat 1. I always, because it's like a double a J. Yeah, you know. Even though I know that's how I know it's wa, I still confuse myself sometimes.
Nice, no sweat.
Hara Ash 1. Shabbat 1. Waba'ai Wam. Hamayanya. Shabbat.
Yanya.
Selagi?
So it'd be is it Ha Shamayanya?
Hashamayanya.
Mm-hmm.
Shabbat 1. That was the verse.
All right, Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Excellent. All right, so as the brother went through it, so we have So ak is a word which means also, right? So also, so in addition to, ba kamasha aishara. So kamasha comes from kamash, which means 5. Aishara is 10. So he's basically saying in 5 and 10, right? Which is 15th, right? So on the 15th, Yawam is day. So on the 15th day, La Qadash Hashab Ya'aya. So La Qadash, Qadash is month. So this is like of the month or for the month or the, the 15th day to the month, right? In English, we'd say of the month, but, in the Hebrew, you'd say the 15th day to this month, to the 7th month, the first day to the first month. You know what I'm saying? So La Qadash Hashab Ya'aya, which is the 7th. It's like Ba'asapkam. So asap means to gather. So Ba'asapkam is when you have gathered in. So when everybody is gathered in, or like it's like in the gathering stage, right? So there's a time of planting, and then there's a time of gathering. So when you've gathered in, then ath, again, this is the word that it doesn't have a particular meaning unless you know what the verb is referring to. So the verb here is asap, which means gather. Okay, and then thaba wa'ath is fruit. So when you've gathered the fruit, ha'aratazah is the land. So aratazah can mean land or earth. So when you've gathered the fruit of the land, thakagwa. So this word kag is the word for feast, or also like celebration, right? So thakagwa is basically saying you shall keep or you shall celebrate, right? And then we have again this ath, unless you know what the verb kag is referring to. So you will celebrate ath kag Yahweh. So the kag is feast or celebration. So feast of the Lord, Yahweh, right? Shaba'aith Yam Yam, 7 days. Bayawam Hara Ashwan. So Bayawam is on the day. Hara Ashwan is first, or the first, so on the first day. Shabbath 1, so the first day is a Sabbath of rest, right? And then Wa Bayawam, and on the day. Ha Shamayanya, which is now the, instead of saying, Hara Ashwan, which is first, Ha Shamayanya is 8th. So on the 8th day, Shabbath 1 is a Sabbath. So there's a Sabbath on the first day, which we celebrated on when was it? Last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. And then you also celebrate do another what's the word? Salakia. There's another Sabbath on the 8th day, right? So for that feast, for the Feast of Tabernacles, there's 2 Sabbaths, the first and the 8th day, the first and last. Okay, right, now let's read.
If I may, sir, I have a question about Tachawa.
Go ahead.
The explanation down there say you shall keep, but is the ta not a proposition? And
Yes.
ta is a thou of a thee.
Yeah, tha is a preposition meaning thou or thee, which is Old English for you. So that's the you, right? So tha is you. Kag is like saying feast or celebrate. So saying you will feast, or you will, because it says the feast of the Lord, you wouldn't really say you will feast. You'd say you will
tripping.
Celebrate the feast of the Lord. No sweat.
Thou is still you.
Yeah, it's just the Old English. Okay, so do you want to read through verse? It's like verse 40. And then we'll
Wala kwach. Wala kwach tam. Lakam, Bayawam, Hara. That black thing is preventing me to see if there is connections down there.
The what else? Salaki. There we go.
Done. Ara Ash 1.
Which means?
I don't know. Ara Ash 1.
I'll give you a hint. It's the same word I asked last time, but you saw the word.
First.
The first car.
Parya. Aitaza. Hadar. Kapat.
You said it's like where we at?
Kapat was the last word of the
Kapat.
first.
Yeah, Khan, Slakia. Go ahead.
Kapat. Tamariam. Waay Nap. Aitaza Aibad. Waay Rap. Waay Rapya Nakhal.
Khan. Waay Rabia Nakhal. Good job.
Washa Mak Tam. Lapanya. Yahweh Allah Yakam.
So it's like where we at?
Yahweh Allah Makim. That's the last.
Allah Yakam. Yep.
Allah Yakam. Shaba'ait. Yam. Continue reading.
No sweat. Now I'm gonna just break down this one. So we in 40, right? So let's select 1 second. Let's break down 40, right? So wa la quack thumb, right? So this comes from the root quack or la quack, which means to take. So and take, and then the thumb at the end is plural. So you're taking, multiple things. It says lakam, which is to, and then that kam at the end is like y'all again, take to yourselves or to you in the multiple sense. So and you will take to yourselves. It's like here, I'm trying to drag the end to reveal the answers rather than moving it. Give me 1 second. Yeah. And you should take for yourselves. Bayawam is on the day. Hara Ashwan is the first. So on the first day. Parya is the fruit. Right. So parya usually means the fruit. Now in this case, it means the boughs, right? In essence, the thick branches of the tree. Right. Itazar is tree. So I'm gonna do this like here. Parya Itazar is in this case the boughs of the tree. Now it could also be the fruit of the tree. Okay, but in this case it's the boughs referring to the thick branches. You know what I'm saying? Which is also, say if you're who's just somebody that deals with like plants trees, is a lumberjack, like you're a lumberjack, right? And you're harvesting trees. You have, of course, the fruit of the trees, but say you're harvesting an oak. The fruit of that tree, meaning what you might make your money from, is the thick branches that you can now make, planks. You can now, in these days, you can turn into paper. that's like the fruit of the tree, because that's what you yield, right? Then you have
that's what you get out of it.
Yeah, Khan. Then you have Hadar, which means goodly. So it's the goodly trees, right? The boughs of the goodly trees. Then you have here Kapath, right? Now Kap, it's like here Kapath. The root word here would be Kap, which is like hand or palm, right? But this is now, it's like, just think of the palm of trees, right? Or in fact, it's like, I think this word means palm trees, right? So you have, let me reveal it, give me 1 second. It's either the branches, which of course is like, it's like the hands of the tree. Yeah, it's branches. Okay, so in this case, just think of it as like the hands of the tree, right? And then
So like you said, did you just say ka is hand?
Cap. So
Cap.
a ka and a ka joined together would be like your palm, your hand. Kapath, in this case, talking about trees, is the hands of the trees, which are your branches. And then we have thamayam, which is a word which means palm trees. So palm tree would be thamar, thamayam is plural. Okay. Then we have wa ainap, which means this would be more the boughs or the thick branches. This is a word that specifically means branches. Of course, paya means fruit, but can also, as I broke down, can mean, the yield of the tree, right? So itazar, ibath, you have itazar, which is tree. Ibath is your thick trees, right? And this is thick, not necessarily thick in the sense of you have like a huge tree trunk. This is more your, you have a tree that's full of leaves, like a thickage, right? Sometimes it's referred to as the thickage, right? That's what it's referring to. Okay, then you have wa irabia, nakal, which is the willows and the willows of the brook. Okay, so nakal is brook or stream. Irabia would be the willows, right? Of course, wa is the preposition and. Okay, wa shamakram. Okay, which means, so shamak is to rejoice. So, and you shall rejoice. Of course, it's multiple people, so it's plural. And then lapanya is like before the face, right? So you'll rejoice before the face of the Lord, which is Yahweh. Okay. And then Allah Yakam is your God. So Allah is God. And then this Yah is like almost saying of. So it's like God of, and then Kam is you all, right? So your God. Shaba'ith, Yam Yam. Shaba'ith means 7. Yam Yam means days. So you'll rejoice before your Lord 7 days. Okay. Go ahead and read through verse 41.
Waha ga tam. Atwa. Chach la Yahawa. Shaba'ait. Yam. Bashana. Chakwat. Aiwalam. Ladarat. Yakam. Ladarat Yakam. Bahadash. Hashap. Yaya. Tachach ya.
So Tachach wa.
Tachach wa. Salakia.
That's right.
Atwa.
Okay, so verse 41. All right, excellent. So we have Wakagatham, right? So Wakagatham, again, it's like, and you shall keep, right? Or and it's like and celebrations, or and and you will keep, and then afwa means it, right? Or like basically saying this is what you will keep. This is what it's referring to. Chag, feast, La Yahweh of the Lord. So, and you shall keep it as a feast of the Lord. Shabbat Yam Yam, we all know is 7 days. Bashana. So Shana is a word which means year. So this is in the year. Kakwath. Kakwath is the word for statute, right? So it's basically saying, and it will be a statute. So actually, give me 1 second. Let me just delete this. And it shall be as a statute. Okay. Iwalam is a word which means forever, right? La Darathyakam. So let me get it. La Darathyakam. It comes from Dawar. All right, so this da and the ra is the root word. Dawar, which means generation or dwelling. So La Darathyakam is forever in your generations, right? Or to your generations. Okay. Bakadash Ha Hashabyaya is in the 7th month. And then Thakagwa, you shall keep, or you shall celebrate. Let me put this keep just to keep it consistent. You shall keep. So like here. And then Athwa is just saying what you shall keep. You shall keep it, right? Okay. 42. Let's go through 42.
Another one gone. Verse 42. Bashakat. Tashapwa. Shaba Ait. Yam Yam. Kalha Zarach. Kal Azarach. Bayashar. No. Bayasharla. Allah. Yashapwa. Kan. Yasha'ala. Yashapwa. Bashakat.
So this would be Basakath.
Basakat.
Okay.
Basakat.
So let's break it down. So Basakath, Sakath is a booth, right? Or booths. So Basakath is in booths. So in booths, like here. Thashabwa, so the root word here is Yashab, which means to dwell or to be seated or to, be still. So in booths, you will dwell. The star, of course, is thou. So in booths, thou shalt dwell, or you shall dwell. Shabbat Yam Yam, 7 days. Okay. Then we have Kal Ha Azarak, right? So Kal means all. Ha is the. Azarak means like native or native born, right? So all those who are native born, Ba Yasha'ala in Israel. So all those who are native born in Israel. Yeshabwa will dwell. So give me 1 second. Yeshabwa, you shall dwell in booths, right? So Yeshabwa, Basakath. It's like I gotta click it like here. So all those who are native in the land of Israel shall dwell in booths. Right? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 43.
So if I could, real quick. So even in this verse, it lets you know that, okay, in this day and age, we don't have to dwell in booths. Like a lot of fake Israelite groups, they'll go camping or something. They'll go camping and they'll say they're dwelling in booths and tents, or some might, actually make stuff out of trees. This was a feast. This was a feast that when we were in the land of Israel and we were in our, rightful place, we had riches, we had wealth. This feast was to keep us humble. It's to make sure that we don't forget rough living. We don't forget that we was once slaves in Egypt. We don't forget what it feels like to be poor and rough. So you don't get too high and mighty and think that all this wealth you have, you earned it. This comes because the Most High freed us from the land of Egypt, gave us this land, made us prevail over our enemies, and then blessed us. And that's how we acquired these riches. So this was a feast that, okay, for 7 days, we would, go get branches of thick trees and willow trees, and we would make a booth. We would make our own house that we would live in. Same way, if you're poor, sometimes you have to make your own house. If you brothers from Jamaica, you see all sorts of zinc houses where they've made it from sheets of zinc, and shops and stores you'll see like boards of wood, like planks of wood, physically made your own home or your own store, right? That's what it was like. Now in this day and age, that's the state we're in now. We don't have to remember what it was like to be poor and have to make your own home, because that's what we're doing now. That's the state we're living in now. We're not in the land of Israel. We're not a wealthy nation right now. We're on the bottom of society in every nation. So really, like, even in future, when we begin celebrating the tabernacles, when we not begin celebrating, because we always celebrate it, but in the future, when we in the kingdom, we will celebrate tabernacles, and it will remind us what it was like to be in Jamaica, what it was like to be in, the council estates, what it was like to be in the barrios and the ghettos, right? That's kind of what it will remind us of, where we had to, in Jamaica, build your own home, what I'm saying, out of whatever wood you can find, zinc for the roof, things like that, right? That's what it signifies. So it does nothing to now, in this day and age, go out into the wilderness and go in a booth, because we already poor, right?
You woke up like that.
right. Okay, so the last verse. Oh, so let me do the last part for just cover this. I'm gonna give it to you. Hi, go ahead. You can start reading.
Verse 43. Lama Ain. Yadaiwa. Darat Yakam. Darat Yakam. Kaya.
Let me just quickly. Okay, Saki, go ahead.
Kaya. Bashak Wat. Hawa Shabatya. Hawa Shabatya.
Oh, Salaki, that's my fault. That's my fault. I did this wrong. So this would be Hawa Shab Thaya. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix it. Damn, I can't select the. I'm trying to select the. There we go. Put this. Move this here. Select this. Select. That was my fault. All right. So Hawa Shab Thaya.
Hawa Shab Taya. Adbanya. Yashar Allah. Bahawataza Yaaya. Yaaya.
Excellent. That
Awa.
word is tricky.
Salamat.
That word is tricky. You did an excellent job.
Yeah,
I
because
haven't
all of them are
a few times
singular.
myself. Right. Look.
Awatam. Ma'a Rataza. Matazar. Matazar Yam.
So Matazariam.
Matazar Yam. Matazar Yam. Anya. Yahawa ala hai kam ala yakam.
Allah Yakam. Okay.
Allah
So
yakam.
let's break it down. So we have la, which is a preposition, which is to. We have ma'ain, which is like saying the reason, the intent, the purpose, right? So I put it as to the intent, or you can put it as like for the purpose, right? And then yadaiwa means to know. So it's like you will know. The Rathyakam is your generations. So to the intent, your generations may know, right? So the intent that you never forget, again, what it was like to be poor, right? We have kaya, so never it's like to the intent, your generations may know that basakwaf in booths, hawashab, it's like hawashabthaya, which means I made you dwell, right? Ath banya, Ath lets you know who he's referring to. Banya is children. Yasha'ala, of course, is Israel. So I made to dwell. So I made the children of Israel dwell in booths, right? And then Baha wa taza ya'aya, and I brought out, or when I brought out, a thumb. It's like our thumb is them. It's like the ath, and then the am at the end is like saying ham, which is them. Like it's a preposition for either there or them, right? So when I brought them, ma arataza, so from the land. So again, arataza means land or earth. Ma means from. So from the land. Matazariam is Egypt, right? Or bondage. So from the land of Egypt. Anya Yahweh. Anya means I or I am. So I am the Lord or I am Yahweh. He's saying, you know, the Most High is the Lord. Allah Yakam, our God, right? I am the Lord. So, well, it'll be your God, right? But he's saying, you know, he is the Lord, our God, right? And that is the verses, right? So I'm going to send this through to Ira. I'm going to send this through so you can make notes. And then what we're going to do now, okay, because it's 20 minutes, we'll just go right into the second half, right? Also, shalom also to the sister Olivia. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema Allah Taba Shem Shai. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. All right. So,
Salaki, sir.
go ahead.
I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be back in 1 second.
No sweat, no sweat. While you do that, I'm going to set up the second half. All right. So, you can take care of that. And then let me get this ready. So we're going to be reading from Genesis 31. Let me type it in. So Gen 31 and verse 9. Genesis 31 and verse 9. Okay, so let's get it. Oh, I gotta share my screen again. Share screen. Okay, and let's put it on there. Right, so What I'm gonna do is because we're mainly taking notes, I can just begin, and then when he comes back, he'll take the notes what we went through. So right here, the first word comes from the root natazal, right? So natazal, which means to be delivered, or to be essentially to be delivered, or to be what's the word? It's like you're delivered to your enemies in that way, right? Or taken away. Okay. So natazal will put to, I won't put delivered because that's confusion. It's like I don't want it to be mistaken as in delivered being a good thing. In this case, it's not a good thing, right? So I'll put to snatch it. Let me see. To snatch away, or to take. I'll put to take. To take away. There we go. So to take away, and then let's go back. It's like alayam, alahayam, which is your God. It's like lahayam, which is God, or the angels or powers. So I put God / powers. The powers refers to like the angels, or it could even refer to Christ, right? And then here we have, let's like make sure I write that's like the IG back in. Okay. So then we have Makwena, which is cattle. All right, Makwena, which is the cattle, your large cattle, like your ox, your it says cattle or livestock. Okay. So the livestock, Ab Yakam. It's like your Abba Yakam. So Abba means father. That's the root word here. Abba Yakam. So it's like the father of you all, right? Your father. Okay. Wa Yathan. So, and is given them. Yathan comes from Nathan, which means to give. Laya. So when you say Laya, it's like the preposition to, and then ya can mean my or me, right? So Laya is to me. The same way Laka, what would Laka be? If I was to say Laka.
Laka, I don't know, so to something.
Yes. So if Laya is to me, just think possessive adjectives. What does ka mean when it's at the end of a word? Like if I was to say Bayath ka. If you don't know it, I can give it you for time's sake.
No, I don't know it.
No sweat. So ka as a possessive adjective means your, right? So it'd be like your or you. If I was to say la ka, that means to you, right? So la ya at the end of something means me or my, right? So like Bayath ya is my house. Bayath ka is your house, right? So it kind of uses that same the same logic. Okay. So we have the root here is haya, I believe. Yeah, haya, which means to be or become. Haya. To be. So it shall be or it shall come to pass. So I'll put to be or become. Ba'ith. So ba'ith, let's go into it. Ith means time. Okay, so ith is time. The appointed time, season, time, yeah. So ba'ith is like in the time or at the time. We would say as at the time, but it's, it would be in the time in those days. So ba is a preposition. Let me get it. Ba preposition means in, on, or at. right? So like at the time, okay? Then you have yakam, okay? Yakam is a word which means to be hot or to conceive, right? So this, they, at that point it means to hot, it means to conceive. You're in heat, in essence. You're, I don't need
Shit
to
is
break it
hot.
down, but it might be, the younger audience, but for adults, we all know, when you get to that time, you're ready to conceive. It's warm.
It's hot. It's hot.
Right. It's it's
It's
quite
fire.
right. If you understand,
Yes,
right?
I love how they talk, man. I love
Right.
it. It's
God,
totally different from the day, man.
God. So to be hot or to conceive. Okay. We. Ha taza'an. So ha taza'an, that is the flock, like a small cattle. I remember that from so it just be taza'an. Let me type taza'an. Type the extra A. In fact, taza'an would be like this. Yep, taza'an. So that's the small cattle. Sheep. Goats. Etc. Okay. Ha taza'an. So ha as a preposition, of course, means the. Right? Ha as a preposition. Means the. Okay. And then wa asha'a. So asha'a means to lift up, right? Specifically with like your eyes, right? To lift. No, I think it just means to lift. So it comes from nasha'a, right? I remember seeing asha'a, ayanya, I'll lift up mine eyes. That's in Psalms 121. That's how it begins. Asha'a ayanya. I've lifted mine eyes, and it says Al Hahariam unto the hills, so on and so forth. So like it. So it comes from Nasha'a, which means to lift. I'll put it as to lift up, right? Which means to carry, to take, in essence, to lift up. Okay, then you have Ayanya, which the root word here is Ayan, which means your eyes, right? Your eyes. So Ayan Ya is my eyes, right? And then Wa Ara'a. So Wa is a preposition meaning and. Is like I or I am. And Ra'a. So the root here would be Ra'a, which means to behold or to see. Right? Like in Ra'a Ban, the root is, one of the roots is Ra'a, which means to behold or to see. Right? So let's get, Ra'a, to behold / see. So and saw, Bakalawam. So kalawam would be dream. Ba is of course the preposition meaning in. So kalawam is dream. I think this is a word I went over. When did I go over this? I remember going through that word. Okay, so kalawam. Then we have wahana. So hana means behold. It's like the feminine version of ra'a, right? Okay, so behold or see, same thing. Or I'll put behold / look. Ha'ithadium. Okay, so Ithad would be ram. So you have eyes, which is goat. And then you have, so that would be your female goat. Then you have Ithawad. Ithawad, which is your ram, or male goat. Which, that's what ram means, because, just to specify, it's a male goat. Okay. So in this case, it's plural. Ha'aylyam. So ayl, which means above or up. So it's like the up. So it's describing them as being up. So they're jumping, right? Let me go into this, see if it's a root word, right? So La means to ascend, right? So that's the root here. So these goats have ascended. They, they jumped high. Okay. To go up. Let's put it as that, right? It's the simplest form. Okay. So they leaped up. Isle would be like upon or over. Ha taza'an. So upon the flock. So I'm put isle as above or over. So like we say in the salute for the sisters, Yahweh Shema Isle, right? Yahweh watch over. Let me say Athar, you, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay. Let me get this one. So I quad means striped or streaked. So let me see. Is that that's like describing their yeah, that's like describing their appearance, right? So what was the one again? I think it's I quad. Yeah, I quad. And then so this is an adjective. So as I said, like the adjective has to match the noun, right? In this case, the noun is the rams, right? Or is it in this case? Yeah, the rams is the noun. It's plural. So then the adjective has to be plural. So I quad means streaked. I quad yam, meaning everything we're talking about, all the noun are streaked. Okay. So we get I quad is streaked. We have naquad, which is similar, which is speckled. So it's like streaked and spotted. Yeah, that's the roots of naquad. Speckled. I did not spell that right. 1C. Okay. Wa baradiam. So barad would be spotted. Okay, barad. So these are all adjectives, right? Spotted or marked.
Specklet?
Speckled.
Not one.
Like a speckled hen.
Oh.
It's very similar to spotted, like even you could think almost freckles.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, we're probably reading about the time that Jacob and Laban separated the goats, right? He was making a deal.
Let me see. But let me go earlier.
Yeah, they was making a deal. Jacob told them the speckled goats are gonna be mine, and the ones without gonna be yours.
Right. Yep. So let me see where it was just at. So we just read number 10. Then we'll go through about 2 more. So waya amar. So the root here is amar, which means to say. The others are prepositions. Say. Wa means and. Preposition. Did not preposition. And then ya as a preposition means he. So like here, right? So and he spoke al ya. So al means unto, ya is me, right? So I can even put al here means unto. Mala akas, like mala'ak. Okay, mala'ak is a messenger. It's the word used for the angels, because the angels are messengers of the Lord. So mala'ak, messenger / angels, right? It's mostly used for the word angel. Okay, so I'm put angel / messenger. Okay. So Mala'ak, Ha Alahayim. So the angel of God. I think we already have Alahayim from earlier. Yeah, from here. Okay. Ba Kalawam. Again, the dream. We have Yaiquab, which of course, I think we went through this last week, is the name of Jacob. So Yaiquab Name of Jacob. Hebrew. Wa Amar and said Hananya. Okay, Hananya means here am I. It comes from Hana, which means it's almost like a mix. It's like a combination of Hana, which means behold or look, and then Anya, which means I am. So it's like saying behold I am, or here I am, right?
So the ha-an is a word and the an-ya is a word.
Yeah, it's like imagine in Hananya you're both saying Hana, so Hana, and then you're also saying Anya. It's literally that's a very good example of just black people talk, right? You kind of slide
So,
it.
Palagi, sir, so in the paleo, those two first letters will be joined.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Fact. No, not the first two. So ha would be separate. Na and the na, those two would be joined.
Hanan. Oh, Hananya.
Yeah, in the word hana, it's like a ha and then a na and a ha connected. In anya, the a and the na connected and the ya separate. So it's literally the combination of those two words to say here I am, or behold, here am I, right? Or behold, I am. Okay, I'm gonna note that down as like it's kind of his own thing, right? So it comes from, of course, the root hana, but that's a good thing to note down, right? Hanan ya, here I am. Okay. Then all right, let's get one more verse. So we have Amar, Sha'a. That Sha'a comes from Nasha'a, which means to lift up. It's just shortened. This Na'a could be like now, or I beseech you, or I pray. That's like, in the curses we say some what is it? We say listen to us now, right now. That right now would be Na'a, which means like I pray thee or I beseech thee, right? So I'll put I pray / beseech thee.
But here is saying now.
Yeah, so it's in essence, it's like an interjection saying, it's like emphasizing the point, right? So you could say lift up, or you could say lift up now, or lift up I pray, right? It's more in the
I think I
essence
get
of
it. Can.
point that's just saying please, right?
Yeah. It's not
It's
like literally like now, but they say they talking in slangs again. They talking.
Yeah, it's now in the sense it's not giving a command. We're not commanding lift up now. Even when we do the curses, we're saying listen to us now, right now. We're not commanding.
We can command the Most High. We
exactly we're asking him, right?
Can. But the oppressor, they say no.
Right.
So they don't really get it totally. That's how you see that they are not the true Israelites.
That's right.
Because we understand already, hey, I cannot give the Lord a command. You should be humble in your speech to him when you're speaking to him.
Exactly. Right. Now, all these other words, so ayan yaka is like eyes of you, your eyes. Wa, ra'a, and see. Kal, I have. Kal means all or every. I'll just leave it as all. This means the same thing. We have the rams down already from earlier, which leap on the speckled flocks, speckled spotted. Okay, kaya. Kaya is a word which means like for or because, or it can be that, right? We read it earlier as that. So okay, put that / because, right? So it's used as because for the most part, whereas at, I mean, the second that is also used a few times in I'm gonna put because first, because that's what it more would be, right? Because slash that. And then let's see. I have seen, so Yafya, Kal, Ashar. So Ashar is a word which means which. So here it's like that, but you could say it as which. It even makes sense. So like all which Laban is doing, it still makes sense. But in the in the English translation, they put it as that.
Which
Laban is, you guessed it, the name of Laban. Right. And then Aisha. Oh, you know what? Remember that the question I asked you earlier, right? Where Laya was to me. Here we have the example of Laka, which is to you.
Yeah, I write it down. I write it there on the. I put them both on.
Yeah, just to make y'all know, I'm not just talking out my backside. It's right. Laka is to you. Okay.
But I did understand it though, because I have my notes here, the prepositions, and I also have the possessive adjective. So I did understand you though, sir.
Con. Yeah, Most High Christ. All right, that's the last verse we'll go through. So the last word we have that we write down is Aisha. Aisha means to do or to make, right? And with that, we at 9:02. So I'll close out the class with that. I'm gonna pass it over to Trooper Ira. If you could do the announcements, Baba Kashar. Let me stop.
The announcement, yes, I got him.
You can close out with the salute for time's sake.
All right, then, sir. Then, man of Israel, I imagine. Salaki, first, let's give the teacher a hand. What for the class again, sir? So, man of Israel, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Barakatah.
The sisters too?
Yeah, these sisters as well. For those watching.
All right, then. Yajamata, Sar, I imagine Shabbat, Barak, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Shema Latan Ba'Hashem Yahshai. Yajamata, class dismissed.
All right. Again, so next week's class, it won't be live. I'm gonna do a previous class, right? But the following week, I'll be back in the UK. I'll be back with these classes. All right. Most
all right, sounds good.
Also, Ira, for always tuning in.
Sure.
The words to everybody.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatah.